Hello, welcome back to another smoke sesh. I am under a blanket fort. That's outside. It's on my patio. And I'm about to hotbox. I'm probably gonna stink up all these blankets, but this is fun. I'll suffer with the consequences later. What are you guys thinking of this lighting? Look at what I have. Like, I had to put a light, it was so dark in here. Am I feeling this? I don't know, it's something, like, it looks kind of icy, and I really like that for some reason. But yeah, I built a blanket fort because one of my best friends, she slept over, and it was her idea to do a blanket fort. It was so fun. It was so, like, perfect because, like, the night that she stayed over, it wasn't cold, but the next morning was. Maya wants to come in. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna start smoking in a second, but let me open the door. You need to be patient. I'll be back. You're gonna watch me leave. Make up your mind, woman. You wanna come in? No? Okay. She'll come in a little bit. Wait, how does it go? It's not icing my back with a blunt. Tough. No, I don't remember. Do you know what song I'm talking about? It's that, like, TikTok trend that's happening right now. People are dancing to that song, but I keep getting it stuck in my head. And they're all so smooth with it. Okay. Let's actually start smoking. This looks dope. Today I have a blunt. I think you've only ever seen me do a joint or a pipe. Strut. So, I had several things on my mind before I made this video, and I don't know where to start. Give me a moment. Okay. One thing I had on my mind. I've been letting myself dream again. That's been a theme this year. Letting myself dream. I need to have a place to put these ashes. That works. Okay. Fuck. I just saw 420. Okay, so I've been letting myself dream. I had stopped because, like, there's so much that I have felt coming, so much that I have wanted to come true, that took very, very long to come true, and still, there's a lot of things that still haven't, but there's a lot of things that have, and they've given me hope again. So I started to let myself dream. I started to let myself desire. I had stopped because I didn't want to be disappointed. Every time I want something, it just never happens. Or it used to. The one thing I really, really wanted was a best friend. Somebody who really got me. And I met her. I met her last year, but we connected this year. And that's an answered prayer. Again, it's given me hope. That my prayers are not meeting deaf ears. But it did take a while to come in. And I think because, like, God wants to make sure that you're both ready so that you don't sabotage a blessing. That really hit for some reason. Not the blunt. He'll like introduce me. God will introduce me to somebody who I just know is gonna be super important in my life, and then he'll put us in separation for a really long time. My friend Kenna, she's also one of those people. I met Kenna and Alexa. Alexa's like my best friend. Like she understands me. And I met her and Kenna like at the same time. And they're both so important to me. They're my closest friends. You too, Robert, if you're watching this. You too. Robert was my first real friend. And I'm very grateful for him, but I wanted a girlfriend. It's different. I can't talk about boys with Robert. He's just gonna speak wisdom, and I don't want to hear any wisdom. I wonder if he does watch these. I don't know if he does. I don't think he does. Which is cool. It's fine. I don't know, it's so weird to like think about like people that know me watching my videos. I wonder if they do watch them, like do they watch them all the way through? Support me, guys. I'm kind of not feeling this color anymore. And I also know I was talking about something, so let me take this time to remember. Ooh. This is the color that I wanted. Arching my back with a blunt. That's what it says. I said ice in my back. Arching my back with a blunt. Huh. Tough. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Strut. Anyways, I'm allowing myself to dream again. Because God has answered a lot of my prayers. He's showing me that it's not for nothing. And the suffering that I've been through has a purpose. It's not for nothing. And He's kept certain things away from me because it wasn't the right time. Or it wasn't right for me. It wasn't going to fulfill me. One person that I have in my mind is this guy. I've told y'all his name. I want to use his name because fuck him. But Taj. If he ever watches these, he'll probably get so triggered that I use his name. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. You know, I wish I was more enlightened. I wish I was softer. No, I don't wish it. I love this. I love him. in a different way now, and like I love everybody else, but I'm not attached to him anymore, and that's a great thing. I'm not bitter anymore either. It's a great thing. But I also know that he did not treat me the way that I deserve to be treated. And he deserves to be flicked off. Fuck you. Fuck you. He was so cruel to me. I begged him. And that's crazy. I begged him for acknowledgement, for closure, for anything. And he ignored me, knowing how distraught I was over it. And I bet you it was just feeding his ego. So yeah. And God was trying to tell me, I have better for you. This isn't the one. But no, I was so stubborn. No, this is the one. I'm never gonna feel the same I'm never gonna feel as strongly about somebody as I felt about him. There's nobody like him. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that are way better than him. I was the fucking prize. And he saw that. But he liked having multiple prizes, I guess. So God kept us in separation. It's been 6 years. We only met once in those 6 years. We only hung out once, but he just never fought for me. And I deserve to be fought for. But I see now that God had better plans for me. And he just holds me back. Being with him would have held me back. Kenna made me realize last night, like, we really had nothing in common. I wouldn't have thrived in that relationship, and I'm so grateful that God kept it away from me. God really does know better. Arching my back with a blunt. Excuse me. Me and Alexa didn't become friends until like a little less than a year later. No. A little over a year later, actually. Kenna and I didn't become good friends until about a year too. Robin and I had a brief period where we both needed some space from each other, and then we came back like as stronger friends. I don't know. Something I've realized is that God uses separation strategically. And we won't know until later why, you know. It's always so perfect. God is perfect. Also, God is good. I ended up finding a little nug of weed that I had left. And that's why I'm able to do this video. I'm gonna work tomorrow, so hopefully, no, I will make money. And I will buy another 2-3 grams. I need to do the thumbnail. How should I do it? No. I like that one. I don't think she wants to because of the smoke. Sorry, baby. I forgot about that. Do you want to see what I'm using as an ashtray? Ashtray. An ashtray. Ugh. Wait. Oh, fuck. Can y'all see that? It's like holding canvases. Canvases. No, Maya. Not through there. Come on, over here. I literally showed you the opening. Why won't you come in? Yes. Good girl. It's ventilated, so don't worry about that. Oh my gosh, you really have to sit right in front of the camera. Girl, over here. I called her over here. Okay, that's okay. What else was on my mind? Oh, I didn't finish. So I started to dream again because I have hope now. And I see now that, you know, things taking long to arrive is not because I'm not doing enough. It's because God is making sure that the blessing is perfect for me and that it comes in at the right time when I need it the most. I went through like a really tough friend breakup and a betrayal, and that's when Alexa really became a part of my life. So, what are my dreams? I want to move, at least for a little while. I think 6 months in Thailand and 6 months in California. It depends on how much money I make. But I think maybe I could live in Thailand for a long time. We'll see. I have to get there, right, first, to really know. I want to take my friends with me. I was allowed to live there, smoke weed, make art, make music, make movies. Just like a creative house. I really want a creative house with my favorite people. In Thailand, and then California. Whatever we decide to do. I mean, I'm only dreaming that far. Like leaving. Sort of. Another dream I have, although I'm not sure that I'm ready for yet, is to be a mother. I thought I wanted that so bad last year. I was like, I want to get pregnant this year. That's what I said last year. And I'm so glad that I didn't. I'm so glad. God really protected me there because I wasn't protecting myself. But it wasn't aligned. God didn't allow it because they were not my kingdom spouse. I like that term. I've been hearing that term a lot. Your kingdom spouse. There is that person that God is trying to align you with. There's that person that God is trying to align you with. And everything else just kind of like crashes and burns because God is trying to pivot you towards the right direction. So, I have a spirit baby, and he's not gonna be born until I meet his father and fuck his father. I have to be careful when I meet him because I get reckless. When I'm really feeling somebody, I get reckless. And especially if it's the right person, right? If this is my kingdom spouse, like, I'm probably gonna get pregnant really fucking fast. Like, my womb, she is ready. She's just waiting for the right man. So I have to be careful. I have to make sure that, where did I put this? I need to make sure that I use protection. I don't want a baby too early. I'll be back. You wanna go in? Arching my back with a blunt. Strut. I have it stuck in my head. Fucking TikTok. Excuse me, that was nasty. That was also nasty. What the fuck? I got hyper. That's good. So, my spirit baby, the reason why, like, I don't know where I wanted to go with that. I don't think I knew where I was going. Okay, the reason why just everything is happening the way that it's meant to, so that my spirit baby can be born into this world and I can be a mother to him. And I think a big part of my purpose is to, like, prepare the next generation to be able to maintain the better world that I create for them. I'm a leader, and I'm meant to raise a leader. And he's gonna be way more extraordinary than I am. Why am I saying he? Because my step-grandpa, who died, I know that he chose me to be his mother, and he chose me to reincarnate through him. Or, no, he chose to reincarnate through me. That's what I meant. It's this, like, really special moment that I had. I was here outside of my backyard. I was looking up at the sky and I was talking to him. And I just felt it. Like, at first I heard the train. So my grandpa Bopper, he used to work with the trains. His name wasn't Bopper, his name was John Cannon. I feel him. He knows I'm talking about him. He was a big white man that looked like Santa Claus. He had a white beard, or white and gray. He gave the best hugs. And we had the best conversations. Everybody loved him. And he treated my grandma so good. He would call her, keep in mind he's white, he would call her mi reina. Mi reina. Anything for mi reina. He would open the door for her. He would cook for her. She worked with him at in the train station. She was the dispatcher. And he would, again, drive the trains. He would be the one that honks the horn. Choo-choo. And he would ask her out on a date, and she would always say no. Because my grandma is a hard ass. And I think she didn't trust him because he seemed too good to be true. But finally, after 7 years of asking her out, she finally says yes. And she fell in love, and they got married. Then I met him, and I loved him, and then he died. You know, I saw him. He looked so peaceful. He wasn't there anymore. But he died he died in his sleep from a heart attack, watching a show on his favorite, what is it called, armchair? Recliner, on his favorite recliner. He was so pale, and my grandma was wailing. It's the best way I could put it. And I couldn't calm her down. And I felt so broken. Or no, I just felt fucked up. Because I wasn't sad. It's interesting, I cry now, right? But back then I couldn't cry. Because I knew that he was somewhere better. You know, before he died, or maybe when he died, me and my mom were in the Chick-fil-A line, and I remember I was talking to her about Bubber, and I was saying how his son would just take advantage of him, and that Bopper was older, he might not have that much time left, and that he should really take advantage of his time with his dad. But he was just so bitter, and all he did was use Bopper for his money. And I think as I was talking about that, my grandpa died, or he was dead. Because as soon as we got home with our Chick-fil-A, my tia Tali calls me. My tia Tali lived with my grandma at the time. She calls my mom, and she tells her that Bopper died and to get over there. So I knew, I felt it coming, and maybe that's why I didn't cry. I was at the funeral, didn't cry. I don't know if that's fucked up, but I cry now. Mostly just because I wish I appreciated him more when he was alive. I was so focused on myself. Anyways, years later, years later, I had a really good day with my grandma. I was asking her questions about Bopper. And she asks me if I would go with her to the beach to spread his ashes. It had already been 7 years, maybe over 7 years since he had died, and she still had his ashes. So I went with her to the beach. And she put on Bopper's favorite music. And she grieved. And we felt him. And I left her alone with the music. To go pee. I had to go pee in the dunes. And as I was peeing. Wait, where's my lighter? Damn. Okay, I'll wait a little bit. As I was peeing, I was talking to Bopper. Funny. And I asked him to prepare my future husband for them to treat me the way that he treated my grandma. I'm trying to remember what else I said. I think just that I missed him, and I wish I hugged him more. And I felt him say, "Roger that." I'm working on it. And then this year, that night that I was out here in my backyard talking to him, I felt him like tell me that he chose me. He's choosing me. to bring him back. Different version of him. So yeah, I think my grandpa Bopper is my spirit baby. That's why I think it's gonna be a boy. I think I want to name him River John. I'll have his middle name be John. Or should I do John River? It's because I don't want to name him John, like, as his first name, because my dad's name is Juan, which means John in Spanish. Actually, let me look at my names, the names that I wrote down. Aww. So I have 2 possible names for girls, and I only have 1 possible name for a boy. So I think I do need to name him River John. So the meaning that I wrote down: it is associated with strength, power, and nature. Excuse me. It also has symbolic meanings such as flowing freely, being connected to nature, and having depth. So rivers symbolize journeys and boundaries. They give life and drive commerce. Individual rivers have shaped the world as we know it. A derivative of the Hebrew name Yukanan, John means God is gracious. And it's cool because Yukanan, I hope that's how you say the name. It's like Kanan sounds like Cannon. That was his last name, John Cannon. You Cannon, y'all Cannon. I don't know how do you say that in Hebrew? It's a weird name. Okay, I'll tell you my girls' names. So, I think I'm gonna have a son, and then I'm gonna have twins. And since there's 2 girls' names, maybe it's gonna be 2 girls. Let's see. So, the first one that I have is harasa, which means myrtle tree in Hebrew. I'm still debating on that one. What if I have twins just right off the bat, and it's a guy and a girl, a boy and a girl? That'd be crazy, because twins actually run in my family, and I feel it in my bones that I'm gonna have twins at some point in my life. What if I just have two? What if it's just a girl and a guy? And that would just like be so perfect because of like the yin yang, and I don't know, it's just, I kind of do hope I have a boy and a girl. Boy and girl twins. Okay, so this is the name that I really, really like for a girl. Isabel Valentina. Isabel means God's promise, pledge to God. So it's a version of Elizabeth and Elisheba. Elisheba is what I call myself, like the name that God gave me. It means God is my oath, or God is abundant. The name Isabel is also associated with beauty, grace, and elegance. It is a name that evokes strength and independence. Drawn from the Latin, for Valentina, drawn from the Latin valens, meaning strong or healthy. Her name was a tribute to the strength that blooms even in the hardest seasons, a quiet reminder that resilience is often found in the most unexpected places. The name Valentina later became a symbol of devotion and courage through the legends of Saint Valentine, the Roman priest who defied an emperor to marry lovers in secret, believing that love was a force no decree could extinguish. That's so dope. I forgot about that. I didn't know he was a priest, actually. I didn't even know what Saint Valentine was about, like why he was a saint, you know? But that's beautiful. He defied an emperor to marry lovers in secret, believing that love was a force no decree could extinguish. I love that. Saint Valentine. So yeah, Isabel Valentina, and whatever the last name is gonna be, and then River John. I like how the girl has such a like Spanish name, and then the guy has such a white name. But it's so perfect, right? Because like Bopper was white. And then I have this like thought in my head, because there's a lot of people that believe that people can only get reincarnated through their bloodline. So I was like, okay, like how is Bopper going to reincarnate through me if I'm not related to him by blood? I am Hispanic. There's no correlation. So would that mean that my soulmate, the guy that Bopper is preparing for me, would that mean that he's a white man? They're definitely my type. I'll say that. I forgot where Bopper's family is from. I don't think they're from here. I think he had moved over here. I feel like me and my husband are gonna rule the world. We're gonna rule an empire. And our kids are and we're gonna leave a legacy for our kids. They're gonna rule after us. I'm thinking of this like smoke sesh I had with a friend, And like I don't remember what he said or what I was talking about, but I heard a train and I started crying because it was like confirmation of something and I forgot what it was. And my friend was like, wow, you really like trains. And I found it so hilarious because I don't know if you've seen those videos on YouTube, but there's this one having to do with trains. I need to show it to you. Let me see if I can find it. But him saying that is what like reminded me of that I Like Trains compilation.
I like singing. I like dancing.
I like trains.
Hey kids, I brought you some cookies.
I like trains. What are you up to, son? I like trains. Yes, you do. Hey, you know who's gay? You. Die, potato. I like trains. Oh, no, wait! Hey, what's going on? I'm a dragon. I like trains.
I've never seen that one before.
I like trains. Hey, here comes that transgender guy. I like trains. I like trains. I like trains. I pronounce
Okay. They're called ASDF movies. I used to watch these all the time when I was younger. It's funny. So him telling me that, like I cry, right? I'm having such a like really beautiful moment with God and Bopper, and then he's like, "Wow, you really like trains." It's just like, like that's what I heard in my head. Okay, I'm like not feeling this coloring again. Did it change? What the hell? Wasn't it like this for a while? What the heck? Okay, whatever. La, 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 la. So, anyways, I do like trains. But because of Bopper. And I do think they're pretty cool, actually. I don't know why. I like the graffiti that people put on them. I think it's actually on my bucket list to graffiti a train. Excuse me. Confirmation burp is gonna happen. La 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 la. Oh, I don't think I've told you guys about this, but it was super special to me. So let me find my lighter really quick, and then I will tell you what thought I had. Lighter. Don't do this to me. I need you. Please. I like trains. Found it. Ugh. I don't like the Cowboys. Alright, they're okay. No hate, but I'm a Packers fan. My dad is a Packers fan, so I have to be a Packers fan. But I don't know, I like their colors, I like what they stand for. They take care of their community. I like the Packers. Their mascot is cheese. And now my aunt lives in Wisconsin, so I have to like the Packers. Okay, so let me go back to what I want to talk about. There was this night, and it was recent. Maybe like 3 or 4 weeks ago, so maybe a month ago. Yeah. And I was talking to God. I was under my tree. And I was like grieving Taj and having realizations and I guess grieving the fact that like that I haven't met my soulmate yet. My real soulmate. And I'm talking to Bopper. And I asked Bopper, I'm like, okay, before I go back inside, I need you to give me a sign that I'm trying to think if I said that I'll meet the man that you've been preparing for me before the end of the year, or if it was that I'll get to experience the true love before the end of the year. I don't remember what it was exactly. I think it was meet. I think it was meet the man that he's been preparing for me. And I asked him, I was like, give me a sign if it's gonna happen before the end of the year. And as soon as I finished saying, like asking the question, I hear, choo choo. I hear the train, like right after I asked the question. And then I just like fell to my knees. And I was just like crying and saying thank you. And like, it was such a special moment. And it's December 29th right now. We only have a couple more days. And I don't know if I've met him. But I really have full faith. There's only like basically 2 days left of December. I'm excited and a little underprepared. It always comes in when you let it go, when you don't need it anymore. I'm so focused on myself. I don't want to get distracted. But I think the person that God and Bopper have for me is going to inspire me. And instead of getting lazy and instead of wasting my time and giving my energy away, I'm going to be filled with energy, filled with the ideas and motivation to carry those ideas out. I'm probably gonna write more songs, more love songs instead of sad and angry songs. So if it's the right person, it won't be a distraction. of storage, but if it's the right person, they will propel you forward instead of hold you back. Can't wait. I need that in my life, that's for sure. Smoke out of my eye. I'm sorry I blew in your face. I'm just hearing in my head, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. I really think I am now. I finally feel whole. Like there's nothing missing. And it would just be so nice to be whole with somebody else. Just get to experience this beautiful life together. Got to dance together. It's reminding me of my poem. I think I'm gonna read it again. I've read it in a past video, but I feel like I need to read it again. Especially because, look, I just did this drawing on my wall. It says, void with intention. And then above it, it says, love, that's all it's about. Love. And this poem is called Void with Intention. That's what inspired me to make that drawing. Let me see. Without darkness, there would be no light. Without light, there would be no darkness. The two dance hand in hand for eternity, twirling in a spiral across the cosmos, leaping over rocks, landing on the stars, never letting go, always holding on for dear life, because without the other, they'd cease to exist. Everything would cease to exist. So they dance and dance, never growing tired, propelled by the love they have for each other. Light dips darkness into the abyss, then brings her up for a sweet kiss. I love that poem. I feel like in the spiritual, it's like me and my kingdom spouse floating through the cosmos. I know I'm not meant to do this alone. And I know that my husband, I'm gonna call him my husband already. I know that he is powerful because I am so powerful and only a powerful man can handle me. don't make it, like, I don't make it hard for them, but I know my worth. And I'm firm in my boundaries. And I value my freedom. Not freedom like, oh, I'm gonna fuck whoever I want. No. Freedom like my alone time. Like, I do not like clingy partners. That's why I've always been the one to leave. Not always. Actually, that's not true. I dumped Taj too. All those years ago. Because I knew that we needed to be apart. Even if my body, my heart took a while to get it through her head. But yeah, he also has to be super wise. Because I'm usually the source of wisdom for people. But when I really start doing my work, it's gonna be heavy. I'm gonna put myself through a lot. And I need somebody to, like, anchor me. There's this quote I read that I had written on my wall a while back, and it's that losing my mind is my greatest fear and my greatest fantasy. Because I'm still attached to it. Excuse me. But I know that losing it will set me free. But I get so scared that it'll stay that way forever. Or that I'll lose myself. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So let me... I'm being super vague right now, so let me just give some clarity. My hair is so staticky. Let me give some clarity. So, the work that I am talking about, that I want to do, is I want to get into psychedelic research. I already have my bachelor's in psychology. I want to go back for my master's. Maybe I don't even have to, because, like, I kind of just want to run my own experiments. But that would mean having to do mushrooms on my own. Having to do a lot of mushrooms on my own. And all of these different strains, and I have to document what they each make me feel, what effects I have, what they show me. Because God showed me that the key to our evolution is mushrooms. The key to everything, actually, is mushrooms. Some people believe that the reason why apes can exist at the same time as us, yet we came from them, is because we were the species that ate mushrooms and evolved. And our species is due for another evolution. Actually, I think we devolved with all the poison that they've put in everything. And these phones, and this technology. And so the whole world needs to be doing mushrooms. And I think God told me that it's part of my mission to inform people and get rid of the stigma that's surrounded around them, because whatever evil forces are running this world, they do not want us to evolve. They don't want us to realize how powerful we are, that we are more powerful as a collective than they are. And mushrooms show us that. I'm kind of tired of this color too. I like that. So that's the work that I'm talking about, is me doing a lot of mushrooms. I also need my husband to be doing a lot of mushrooms too. So that I don't have to be doing all of them and I could just document other people's experiences sometimes. And so that he could understand what I'm experiencing or what I'm going through. He needs to have had an ego death, at least one, because we're constantly having ego deaths. Like, he needs to understand, because I need that anchor to reality, because I do lose myself, and that's because I was only doing like 3 grams for 7 nights though, and I think I was tripping the whole time, the whole week, without realizing, even during the day. But there's just a lot of dark things that I had to confront, dark things about myself and dark things about the world, and I had no one to talk to about it. I had to face it alone. And I proved to myself how strong I was. But I wish I didn't have to be so strong. I wish I didn't have to be alone. I'm sort of glad that I was now. But it didn't feel good as I was experiencing it. And nobody understood. And they just made me feel like I was crazy. I would talk to my mom about what God was showing me. And she would just keep putting it in my head, like, how do you know it wasn't a demon and not God? And I kept telling her, because I know the difference. Why are you doubting? Why are you putting that in my head? And I really like stood my ground on that. I'm like, you need to stop telling me that. You need to stop putting that in my head. Because then it's gonna come true. Then yeah, I will be demonically attacked. But I knew that it was God that was trying to show me something. And the reason why she said I was being demonically attacked is because I said that the devil doesn't exist, or at least what we think is the devil is really God, because God is in control of everything, and everything is neutral, and everything that happens is necessary and part of the plan. And she just like, she just made me feel like I was losing my mind. I still don't know if I was, or if I was just gaining back control of it. So yeah, it's just like, I need somebody strong. I need somebody strong that can lift me up when I'm down. I need somebody playful that can always bring a smile to my face. need somebody that's free. Because I'm free. I feel so free. And I like experiencing things that are out of my comfort zone. I hate being caged, and I feel like I've been caged for so long. I just want to live freely with somebody. I just can't wait for it. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. I feel it coming. I know it is. And I'm just trying to like mentally prepare and like work on things that I want accomplished before I dive into anything. But I can't wait to fall in love. Like, really fall in love. I don't think I was ever in love with Taj. I think I wanted to be. It was just a fantasy. And I had better in store for me. I should turn this into a song. I don't know, it's like I could feel them. Like I've always felt them. I've always felt like tied to somebody. I was meant to meet them. We were meant to find each other. And like, it's like I've had them with me like this whole time. Getting through those mushroom trips, like even though they weren't there. I think I felt them anyways. And I saw what kind of future we were gonna have. I've had dreams about them. Ever since I was a little girl.